Thank you for calling Chris Crowell at Remax Nova. This is his AI assistant, Victoria. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate, or is this a personal call?
I'm looking to sell real estate.
Perfect. I've got all your details and marked this as urgent. Chris will call you back as soon as he can to discuss your property and timeline.
All right. First podcast.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before I forget, sometimes we get into it and I don't do a good enough intro. So I just want to welcome you on, Ben Buckley. And you got an AI-based assistant business. Why don't you tell us what's that? If I can get it out here. Why don't you tell us the name of your business and a little bit of background about yourself and like kind of where you're from?
Yeah, for sure. So the business is Canadian AI Lab, and we help small and medium-sized businesses. Yeah. How's that sound?
Yeah, just like Joe Rogan says, like a fist in front of your face.
Okay,
Almost, right?
there we go.
You're right there.
Yeah, so it's Canadian AI Lab, and we help small and medium-sized businesses introduce AI and automations into their business. One of our first products is an AI voice agent, so that's what we're doing a lot of. It answers incoming calls, books appointments, that sort of thing. Trying to just make sure that you capture that lead rather than them just moving on to the next person on the list, because a lot of people never bother leaving a voicemail, and if they're looking for something right now, especially something like a plumber, like that type of service, they're just looking on
First
Google
person that answers, eh?
Exactly.
I'm pretty impatient too, so if you don't answer, I'm calling somebody else.
Exactly.
Like, because everybody wants something yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, especially in plumber's instance, probably an emergency.
Yeah, oftentimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's go a little bit further back. So, we've been doing some testing, actually. We hooked up a little while ago. Yeah. You reached out via email, which is kind of cool, talking about podcasting and growing businesses and different things. It's like it's getting into an exciting part where people are asking to come and chat, which is super rewarding and feels really good, because I'm like, oh, people listen and like must be looking and watching. Because like, I don't know, I do this because I like people. You're a good fella. I like to hear people's stories, how they created or come up with the idea to do what they're doing. So when people are actually like seeking me out to kind of tell their message or their story, it's I don't know, it's a cool feeling. So I wanted to thank you again for coming on and reaching out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, it's really cool. Halifax, we're a pretty cool city, and we've got a lot going on. And I don't know, it's still a small city, but like, I was surprised that there isn't that much out there that's really just Halifax specific focused in like this kind of space. So it's really cool what you're doing, and yeah, I love to see it. Yeah,
well, I appreciate that. We're just dig into that a little bit. It's not, we're here to talk about you, but just curious, like, are the rest of the podcasts that you landed onto in Halifax like more niche specific rather than broad, or do you find there's just nothing?
I haven't found a ton that's there may be podcasters in Halifax,
right?
But they're not focused on Halifax,
local
if
business.
That makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if there's a podcast where they're talking about, growing your garden.
Right.
They're just talking about
gardening.
Yeah. Not talking about
the area.
Yeah.
I get that. Well, that's cool. That's good to know. That's a good stat to know. So, we'll keep at it. I mean, I like doing it. So as long as people like you want to come talk, then I guess I'm open for business. So.
Excellent. Yeah.
So let's go a little bit further back. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you from Halifax originally?
No, from New Brunswick, St. John area, Quiswamsis, New Brunswick.
So what made you move to Halifax?
I came to Dal.
Nice.
So
a lot of people go to Dal.
Yeah.
You were rivals, SMU.
Okay, go Huskies. I've been
Right.
to SMU recently. We've been actually doing a dance class at SMU, and it's nice facility. Yeah.
What kind of dance?
Ballroom dance.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys getting married soon?
We got married last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, my wife made me take dancing lessons when we were getting married.
Well, that's how we started. Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys just liked it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So came to Halifax to go to Dal, and met my wife at Dal. She moved in across the hall in residence.
What a fairy tale.
Yeah, friends for a long time first before we ever started dating. But
Okay.
yeah, so we sort of have our life here in Halifax. She's from New Brunswick as well, Moncton area, Riverview. But yeah, we came back to Halifax after graduating, and it's a great city. I don't know. I feel like it's just, perfect size city. It's big enough to have things going on, but small enough that a lot of it's walkable, and it's a great place to be.
100%. Couldn't agree more. And I mean, you're kind of 20, 30 minutes from any void of water, ocean, beach, lake.
Yeah.
There's tons of stuff to do. I think it's crazy people kind of, maybe I haven't heard it so much lately because I think like the whole getting outdoors and the fitness and like, move your body thing has been, excuse me. Ooh.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. Get that out of there. I just find like if people tell me like they're bored, there's nothing to do. I'm like, man, you really haven't looked too hard. There's so much stuff. There's always events. There's just for example, like this past, not to talk back about winter, we just got over that, but like one thing we went to see with some good friends of ours, they just had a baby just after us. We went to see like the ice carving festival out in Dartmouth.
Cool. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
The things people can make out of ice. You should go next time.
What was the coolest thing you saw?
Oh man, it was like I'd have to dig in, but there was this like octopus.
Oh, cool.
And it was pretty intricate because there's so many tentacles and things, and then they had it like backlit with like a purple light. The other pro tips probably go in the evening.
Okay,
They're all lit up.
Yeah,
And I think maybe they have like a bit more like there's bands and music playing and stuff, but I think it might be a bit more of a vibe in the evening.
Yeah.
But it was super cool. And then, like, my buddy owns a cafe there, so we'd stop into Good Luck Cafe. So shout out to Sonny.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants to go to a great cafe, definitely check them out. And they also own. I'm due for a pickup. I've been telling him that, but I actually found a bag. It's if I butcher it, Happy Coffee.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, Sonny. I'm just going based off memory, but I did get the cafe right. But anyway, good coffee. Good cafe, good people.
It was years ago now, but we went to a wine tasting there that they had in the evening. It was a really cool event. Yeah. It was like 5 or 6 years
The Good Luck
ago.
Cafe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He owns the HFX Dairy Bar, too, down in Halifax,
yeah.
too.
That's always got a line on a nice day.
Oh, man. Got a bunch of non-dairy options, too, which my wife likes because she's allergic to milk and the protein in milk, casein.
Yeah.
Anyway. You'd have to ask her. She's like, I can't make fun of her a little bit. She's like, call her like a bubble kid. But luckily, our daughter so far is allergic to like maybe sesame, but everything else seems to be pretty okay.
Okay, that's good.
But anyway, tell me a little bit about AI-based business. Like, when did you decide that you wanted to kind of get into business for yourself, and why AI?
Yeah, I've always sort of had, I don't know, some sort of thing on the side that I'm trying to do, just trying different things out. And I guess, I hate to say it, but it's probably my good buddy Donald Trump that really ended up being the sort of force that pushed me. I don't know, you hear like the Bank of Canada and all these people putting out stuff saying like Canada has a productivity problem, the productivity gap between Canada and the U.S.
Yeah, GDP.
And I was like, okay, like, so what? That doesn't really affect me that much. And then, I don't know, things just sort of crystallized for me a little bit more, and I realized like, oh, like this is a competition. Like economies are competing against one another, and like it is a problem if we have a productivity problem. And like I don't know, and then so then I'm like at my current job,
what do you do currently? Sorry.
Yeah, so in addition to the Canadian AI Lab, I also work for a software company as a solutions developer there. We do a lot of like field service solutions for field service companies.
Right.
And so just over the past year, have really sort of focused on like, okay, how can I bring my own productivity up? Like we're in a competition here, and obviously using AI a ton to do that. And across my whole team, everyone's sort of really bought into that, and it's been amazing. Sort of how much more productive you can be and how much more you can accomplish. So then, when I'm talking to people that aren't in like the software developer space, they're like, "Oh yeah, like AI is kind of cool. Like I talked to ChatGPT and it told me some stuff." But I don't know. I feel like most people just don't have any idea how good it's become, especially over the last like 6 to 9 months. It's just
so good.
Yeah, it's just completely changed.
Can you speak to some areas, maybe even in your like current day-to-day work, where you found that it's like maximize some efficiency, and maybe a couple key specific areas, and maybe
for
how
sure.
you're utilizing it?
Yeah. So one of the things we do a ton of is reporting, like creating report templates so that people can get a PDF of the data if people are submitting forms or if data is happening in some way. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mean to interject.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of do.
Okay.
Because I have a question. I hate that. It's like, no offense, but it's like kind of. But it's like, no, I want to interject because I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So I have dabbled a lot in ChatGPT in different aspects for my business. One thing is like, we get market stat reports. I use it to help, like, I dump it in. I help me understand, like, the market trends, like, up and down versus last year, what that could mean. But, like, sometimes I'll, like, be talking to it, and I can't pull a specific example, but it'll be like, would you like me to make this into a downloadable template? And then I'm like, yes, please do that.
Okay.
And then it's like, cool, it's ready to download. And I open it, it's just complete trash. It's like,
okay, yeah.
It's like not formatted good. It's... I expected it to be smart enough, and probably my bad. But, like, I was like, oh, it'll just make me a beautiful template. Because sometimes I ask it to make me an image to incorporate what market stat update we have this week.
Yep.
And then it spits out an image with some stuff. It has even some of my branding that it knows that I like. It puts it in there. And so every week I have, like, a template. I'm like, hey, build me the same image, but with these stats.
Okay.
And usually, boom, does it.
Yeah.
But then I have a monthly one where I did it. I was like, hey, build me the same image. And it spits out this total hunk of junk. And I'm like, hey, why can't you do the one like you did last time? And it's like, I did. And I was like, but then I upload both images. I was like, but it doesn't look like this one. And they're like, oh, you're right. And then it'll spit out something like pretty close, but sometimes I can never get it to make that same image.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
So I struggle with, like, am I not prompting it right? Or is it just not where it needs to be to do what I'm asking it to do? I feel like it's a me problem more than it's a ChatGPT problem.
Yeah, like image generation...
sorry, I did jump from templates to images here.
Yeah. Because, like, what we're doing is, like, building, like, an HTML and JSON template to
much more complicated stuff.
It's like you do sort of need some software developer skills to like and what it spits out originally we then still have to edit and clean up and stuff. But it just takes something that would have taken, I don't know, maybe 6 hours down to like less than an hour.
Right.
So it's just you get so much more productive using that. But for image generation, I'd say if you're using ChatGPT, you may want to switch to Google Gemini. It's just better for image generation right now. All of the models constantly leapfrog each other in different skills. Gemini's been better for a while, though. For that, I would say is pretty... so that may help. But to get something that looks the same every single time... that is going to be tough. I think what you did is right though. Like uploading the image to and have it side by side. I would even like in your first prompt upload the image and say, hey, this is last month's. Can you make it look the exact same, but just change it using this data and then fill in the data. So then. the more context you give it, the better results you typically get.
Yeah, and I think it's more me like not knowing how to talk to it mostly and assuming it'll know what I want.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like people like I find like, like I'm a big dog person and I put a lot of work into my dogs, like training wise. So they're like, as good a dog as they can be. Now we got a rescue now. He's a good boy, but we didn't have him for the first year. So we had to put a lot of work in, but I find anyway, work in progress, but he's a good boy. But I find like some people just like get a dog and they just expect it to know how to dog. But it's like the same thing with like AI. It's like, well, it's smart, but you have to tell it what you want. And it has to be in the right context so it understands like what you're looking for in terms of result.
Definitely.
And I feel like, some people just assume it's just like, well, you should know how to be an AI for me or a dog or, just a good person. And it's like, well, that's not, I don't know if that's entirely true if people just know how to do these things.
That's a pretty good analogy. Yeah. Like the more you train it, the more information that you can give it up front is good. And I find like it's never, especially with image generation, but like just in general, it's never going to be the first thing that you get back.
And maybe that's
when you're
the
building
problem.
something is you're gonna want to refine it down to make it better. Sort of like, I don't know, if I go back to like writing an essay or whatever, you'd write a draft and then you'd edit it.
Then you have somebody maybe review it for you.
Yeah,
and then give you some notes.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that's not the notes I had, but no, that's right. Maybe we should do that. And then you refine it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess you kind of compare it to like I started my podcast. You look at my first episodes, they're probably not that great, And
then
you
get
maybe
better. Yeah.
fast forward to today and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, it's a decent product.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess maybe it's like a human toxic trait. We want everything right now and we assume it can just do it how we want.
Yeah.
And maybe that's totally a me thing, but sometimes I get frustrated because I'm like, well, you did what I wanted last time, and now you're causing me grief.
It again? Yeah. I think if you give it what it did last time and say, this is the example that I want you to use. Just use this data, or this is what you did last. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
So, when did you realize that you wanted to make like an AI based like voice assisted business?
Yeah. So
tell me a little bit about like the culmination of that idea process.
Yeah, for sure. So
I know you mentioned Trump and the productivity.
Yeah, so it's sort of like
that was probably block one.
Yeah, that's part of it, and then just seeing how effective I could be and my team could be by using AI, and then talking to people that just like don't understand how much it can do. It's like, oh, like there's a real gap here and I can help fill it. And so Canadian AI Lab, like the overall vision is not just AI voice agents, but help people with automations, for repetitive work that you do. But voice agents, when I was sort of like looking, voice agents seemed like the biggest gap or biggest opportunity, because it's like directly tied to revenue. So it's just, I think, the easiest starting place to be able to explain to a business, you're missing X number of calls a week. Some of those are going to be new customers. Each new customer is X number of dollars. It's clear sort of ROI. So that's why I'm starting there, I guess. Yeah.
So do you have any statistics around like, the average business, how many missed leads do they potentially miss out on because they don't answer the phone, or they're too busy, or they don't want to answer the phone, or it's after hours, maybe they're doing kids' bedtime, maybe they're walking their dog in the morning, or they're just having some moment of peace where they just don't want to take any calls? Like, is there statistics around like most businesses lose out on X% of revenue because if your business is missing calls, then you're losing business too. 76% of callers don't leave a voicemail, and 62% call the competitor. So text or call the number on the screen and get your voice AI receptionist set up now and never miss another call again. Furthermore, mention Chris And your first 90 days are free.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, and
Do you know the
first
stat?
First, I do. But first off, just to your point about like wanting a moment of peace, a lot of business owners don't do that because
terrible, man.
they're just tied to their phone, and it makes sense
call it
because
the
your
electric
phone
leash.
is money. Yeah. So this hopefully now that we're through testing and got you up and running, maybe you'll feel a little bit less of that. And it's still always going to be better if you or the business owner answers the phone. That's always going to be better than an AI voice agent. It's also going to be even better than a receptionist that you hire answering the phone, right? Because you're the business owner. You're most of it. Anyway, but back to your point about the stat. So American Express did do like a massive survey, and they found that 76% of people don't leave a voicemail. And of that, 62% of those people, so I don't know if I can do that math quick enough, just call the next competitor. Like they just called the next person on the list.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and I mean, that's only of new customers, right? A lot of the calls you're going to get are from existing customers. Sure. So that is only a new customer-based stat. And it's going to vary widely by industry. Like that's an overall stat.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I can definitely attest to, and I think probably most agents would struggle with this too. Because, love my mentor and the boys that run this place. But, even look, let me rewind. So in my consumer packaged goods days, if your phone rang in a meeting, you would get one, my boss would probably be like, hey, next time put your phone on silent in our customer meeting.
Yeah.
Can't have phones ring in our customer meetings.
Yeah.
Or if looks could kill, it'd be like what is going on here? But then you fast forward to the real estate business, and they fully encourage you having your ringer on. Right. In boardroom meetings, in our broker meetings, in every meeting. Like, well, how are you supposed to get a call and make business if you don't know if your phone's ringing?
Yeah, absolutely.
And good call, pun intended, I guess. But, it's just a very different way of thinking where it's hey, corporate world, no phones, no distractions, keep on task, meeting. Whereas real estate, it's we're having a meeting, but if you have business, take that call.
Yes.
Don't let
absolutely.
it go.
Yeah.
But now I could still have my phone.
Yeah.
But know that my AI assistant will grab anything.
Yeah.
If it's urgent, and we'll do a little demo maybe if we figure it'll work. We'll try. If it doesn't work, we'll cut it out.
Yeah.
But it's just nice because, hey, sometimes I'm doing bedtime with my daughter. Or, sometimes people want to book me earlier than 9 o'clock for stuff. And I'm like, nope. I'm busy. Some days I don't see my daughter. It's set for the mornings.
That's hard, yeah.
So you're not getting me out of that house. I slink in here by 9.
Yeah.
Ideally 9, but if it's 9:30 and I hung out with my daughter for an extra 20 minutes, I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, it's a way to kind of feel like I'm released from the curse almost of the electric leash genie.
Yeah. And that's
and knowing that hey, if somebody really wants me specifically, they're gonna tell the AI that they need buying or selling services, who they are, what their name is, their phone number, their email, and the level of urgency to get back to them.
Yeah.
And that just allows me some peace of mind that I can still be present with my family or with my friends if we're out in an event. Because, you always have that guy, and a lot of times it's fucking probably me that we're at doing something and I'm still checking my phone or answering messages or a client asked me this. And text messages, I can't really I can defer depending on the level of urgency and what stage we're at in the buying or selling process.
Yeah.
But as far as new calls or business leads, because I run Google ads and marketing and all this stuff, and I send mail outs out. So the off chance that there's somebody new calling, it's good to be able to capture that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main you don't want those calls to be missed,
Yeah.
right? Like especially new business. It's just,
sure.
yeah.
So digging into your business, like starting out, like where did you find like your biggest struggles were, like getting this off the ground running, like in terms of working with AI? Did you find there was a few main hurdles you had to get across before you could really launch?
I'm going to tell you about just one specifically because
Sure.
people in the Maritimes will understand it. Getting the AI voice agent to pronounce some of the place names correctly here.
You're lucky you're not in Newfoundland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Dieppe was the one that I was working on, and yeah. So anyway, I've now built like a whole layer to handle like specific instances. So for like Dieppe or Rishabakto, like all of these things, and you even notice it on Google Maps. I'm sure if you drive, I never know where I'm going, so I always have Google Maps on
For sure.
and it'll say the street name, and you're like, do you really think that's how it's pronounced?
Google doesn't really care about the pronunciation, though.
Exactly, right? So yeah, and so that took a lot of time to get right. Yeah, just to to build. I sort of had to build like just a layer that inserts exceptions, right? So it's sort of like like these specific words we need to pronounce, and then you give like the phonetic pronunciation of it.
Yeah, it's funny. Back to the voicemail thing. I think the only person that people, there's a couple that leave voicemails on my phone is my dad.
Yeah.
But I've like consistently told him not to, because I'm like, just text me. And it's like a lot of times like, hey Chris, it's your father, Scott. I'm like, I have caller ID. I know that you called. Yeah, it's like 10:57 a.m. Yeah, I didn't really want anything. Just don't need to call me back. I'm like, why'd you leave me voicemail? Like, why? Now I have to listen to this. I'm annoyed that I had to listen to it because there's no real context.
Yeah.
Or anything of real level of importance. You're just my dad and you want to talk to me, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy to talk to my father, but it's just text me like, hey man, I called you. Just call me back when you can. Like, no, nothing urgent.
Yeah.
It's like, but no, for some reason he just needs to
feels the need.
Leave that voicemail. And the other people are like, medical appointments if I missed, or like I find everybody else, like even with like my buddy, a client of mine called last night and I couldn't get him. So the AI got him, but then I get, so-and-so called, hung up, didn't leave any information.
But you get the number.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
For sure. Absolutely. And then I guess like one of the things that, maybe jump off on a tangent. So for the viewers, we have been working together. You've made an AI voice assistant for me, and we've been kind of testing it. And recently I've launched it, kind of just, it's picking up anything I can't get at, and we're kind of just running with how it does. And it's just been fun. Like when somebody calls, and maybe we'll do a demo after this and see if the mics will catch it. But basically, somebody calls. It's funny too, actually. It's a funny story. I don't know if she watches this, but a good friend of mine, she works with the Berrigan DeVoe team. It's a woman-led, all-girls real estate team. They're fantastic.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
A friend of mine, Victoria Jessam, is part of the team. She's also a jiu-jitsu practitioner like me. And anyway, I was in there showing them, talking you up about the AI voice assistant. And then I do the demo. And it's like, hey, I'm Chris's voice assistant. And she kind of looks at me. I was like, I swear to God, Ben's the one that picked the name. It's nothing to do with you. And it was just kind of a funny, awkward moment. She's like, oh, I don't care. It was kind of super funny.
Yeah.
That you're showing me it's actually my name. I don't even know if I knew the name
what
of
the name
assistant.
was going to be. Well, I picked Victoria because you wanted it to sound British.
Right.
So I was like, oh, well, Victoria's, perfect British name.
Fair enough. Yeah, good call. But it's just super funny that I was like demoing it to Victoria.
Yes, and then it
and
was,
it's
and she's
Victoria.
like, "Did you do that on purpose?"
Right? Well, that was kind of it, right? But I'm like,
Yeah. So,
anyway.
so the name, my wife actually came up with this idea. Said that I should call it Ava. So for most of it, I've been calling it Ava because it stands for Automated Voice Assistant. So I thought she was pretty clever with that. So that's what we've been going with for a while.
That is clever.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's see if we can do a little demo for the people
Sure,
here.
yeah.
And see if it'll catch it.
Thank you for calling Chris Crowell at Remax Nova. This is his AI assistant, Victoria. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate, or is this a personal call?
I'm looking to sell real estate.
Great. I'd love to help you get started. Are you looking to sell a property in the Halifax area, and do you have a timeline in mind for listing?
Yeah, I'm looking to sell my house in Sackville, and we're looking pretty urgently to get it on market.
Perfect. Sackville is right in Chris's service area. Can I get the address of the property you're looking to sell and your name and best phone number so Chris can follow up with you?
Yeah, 200 Waterwheel Crescent, Middle Sackville.
Got it. 200 Waterwheel Crescent, Middlesexville. And your name and best phone number?
My name is Chris, and my phone number is 902-209-3919.
Perfect, Chris. So that's 902-209-3919. Is that correct?
That's right.
Excellent. Would you like to book a consultation with Chris right away, or would you prefer he reaches out to you first to discuss your timeline and next steps?
Why don't you have him call me as soon as he can?
Perfect. I've got all your details and marked this as urgent. Chris will call you back as soon as he can to discuss your property and timeline. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's it. You've been most helpful. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Chris. Thanks for calling, and Chris will be in touch with you shortly. Have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye.
There you go.
Just like that, people.
Yeah, that's how it
Captured, and then they can't see it, but then I get an email with the call details almost immediately. And a text, lead capture, address, callers looking to urgently list. It's got my number, my name. Now, I did forget to give it the email, but that's on me. But it did collect the contact info and the name, which is kind of half the battle. I'd rather get a phone number than an email because I feel people can ignore emails easier than they can phone calls.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also I found, like, for people that are maybe in the business of calling people and soliciting business, like, oftentimes, like, I find, like, nobody really wants to answer the phone unless they want to call you for something.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, always follow up with, like, a text.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I might leave a voicemail and a text. Like, I'm going to leave everything to get your attention.
Yeah.
But this is a super cool tool. I think it'd be very useful, especially for folks in my industry.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, it's like, what's the other alternative? You just miss.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, a lot of the time, I feel like if it's an existing customer, like they're gonna, you know, it's not a big deal if you miss a call and it goes to voicemail and they leave a message. That's great. If it's a new customer though, and they're like, I don't know, weighing different agents, and they might intend to still talk to you and compare you out, but if somebody else answers the phone and then they have that initial conversation, or, you know, if that other person has an AI assistant answer the phone, and it just shows, I don't know, I think it just helps capture that lead right away, puts you in with a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let's just thinking out loud here. Let's just say I'm the one calling for an agent and I can't get the real person, but I do get their AI assistant. It's like, well, maybe I should follow up and talk to said agent because maybe I didn't get them right away, but they seem to have systems in place so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like that shows like a level of like organization and like professionalism, and like they're determined to get to you. And they're not just, I know a lot of, honestly, I don't know how some people operate. I know agents that have like, the little red icon with like a notification. Like when you get a text, it'll be like, you have like 20 unread text messages. Oh, I know agents that have thousands and tens of thousands of emails. I'm like, I would have a stroke. I can't have like, same with my car, my phone. I have to have 0 notifications.
Yeah.
I can't have engine lights or oil lights or this light's out in my nothing. It has to be just clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. So I don't know how people live their life. Like it just sounds like they live in a sea of anxiety. Like that's what I'd be living in if I had all these unanswered.
Well, then
messages.
Stuff's gonna slip through the cracks, for sure.
And I mean, listen, I have some emails like but I go through and I clean them up, but they're never 5,000 unread emails.
Right.
I'm like, how do you? Just seems so irresponsible to have that many. It's like it can't be all junk.
Yeah.
Who are you neglecting? And it's like for me, like that's like if and like when people tell me that, it's like, well, probably never calling you. Because obviously there's a bunch of people in your sphere that probably try to get a hold of you and can't get you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we talked like, I feel like everybody deserves an answer in a relative reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like people should get let slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
But let's get back to, where do you feel like the tool, and I mean, maybe this is a little redundant, but maybe do you have any best practice or best case examples where like you have demoed this tool where it has delivered some level of success? Are you open to talk about it?
Yeah, for sure. So I've got a couple plumbers that have just started using it. Nice. And
do you just kind of do the same thing as me, like just reach out or just
cold
email, call?
So actually, this is kind of crazy. So I've been calling. Well, I guess it's not crazy. I've been calling businesses, and when they answer, that's great.
Sorry.
Well, that's okay. Like you were talking about earlier.
Right?
If you want to grab it, you grab it.
Yeah. See, another agent called me, Ian Angus. You can talk to Victoria.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, I hope Ian enjoys Victoria. So what I've been doing is calling, and I found, I don't know if it's that I'm bad at it and Ava is better, or if it's just so somebody who misses the call, it kind of demonstrates the need for the product even more. So if they miss my call, and then they call me back, it goes to Ava when they call back, and she'll answer and explain why we called, essentially. And a lot of people, of course, hang up right away because they're like, oh, this isn't someone looking for business. But some people, like she'll walk them through, are you missing calls right now? And anyway, so where I'm going with this is that Ava actually was the one who talked to these two plumbers initially, and got them booked in for a meeting with me, and then we went from there. Whereas,
well, they captured the lead.
Yes.
She captured the lead.
Yeah,
Ava
so
captured the lead.
I called them, and they didn't answer. So they got like a missed call.
Then they called you.
I did leave a voicemail, like your dad.
Right.
So then they called back, and rather than having it come to me, I have it going to the AI, to Ava. So they talked with Ava, and then they kind of get to see what it is right away, like the product, and that it actually sounds.
That's a pretty good marketing ploy. It's like, I'm calling you to sell you my business tool, and then you didn't get them, and then they really see the power and like, we're calling him back. He can't get us, but she can.
Yes, we're no longer playing phone tag because now, and then it booked them right in for an appointment. And then so like for a plumber, like for real estate, there's a lot more conversations that are going to happen before like the transaction. But for like a plumber, you can book them for an appointment, and and like the AI assistant can do that. And then, you know, they probably, if it's an emergency, they'll probably call them back to get more information, or whatever. But for the most part, anyway, so it hasn't actually worked when someone's picked up the phone and I've talked to them and tried to sell them on this product. I haven't actually got anyone using it from that method. It's actually
So you get somebody on the phone. You're like, hey, Chris, listen.
yeah.
I know you're a real estate agent. I bet you miss a lot of calls. I bet you miss a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
How would you feel about using this tool that's an AI-based assistant that would help you capture those leads? And some people are like,
So I've had some people be interested, but I haven't gone none of them are using it yet. Whereas the few who are using it, there's one roofing company and 2 plumbers. They were they were booked in by they missed the call, called back, got the AI, got to see it right away. So yeah, that's been how it's worked so far for me.
you know what your strategy should be? Call businesses, and as soon as they pick up, just hang up. And hopefully they call back, and then they get to demo the thing. And it does the work for you.
I think I've just got to get a little better at selling, maybe, and talking to people.
I'm just being funny. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's like a Ben Buckley. Yeah. You just hang up. And they try to be like, oh, man, who's that guy? Call him back. Like, this is Ava, your voice assistant. Like, what? They're just like, oh, wait, this must be it.
Yeah.
That's super funny. So can you speak to, like, how has it been operating? Obviously, great. They called, get the AI. They literally demo the product.
Yeah.
Trying to get to you.
Yeah.
Then they finally do, and they're like, hey, kind of like what we heard. How do we get that?
Exactly.
Because guess what? Plumber under your sink, working on your hot water heater. You're a roofer up on a hot roof.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to just finish the job, get off that roof.
Yeah.
Before it gets too hot, and you're not looking to take calls while you're roasting up there.
Yeah.
Ava can take care of business.
Yeah. And
you can book more work while you're physically working.
Exactly. You can do the work and book more. Yeah. Anyway, so it's, I guess just those 2 industries specifically, there's...
It's a new slogan for you. Do more, talk less.
Ooh, I like that. No, that's good.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, those industries just like, it feels like such a natural fit because I feel like those are the ones,
The service-based industries.
Yeah, where people will just call the next
Yeah.
business on Google because there's not that much differentiation between companies. I mean, you try with, you know, having really good reviews, providing great service, of course, but to a customer that doesn't know you, they're just basically going down Google and calling, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like maybe it's a me thing, but like, I'm when I want something, like I'll call until I find it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it's no
it's
dig to
It's on
anybody.
your list.
Yeah.
To do, it's like I've got to call a plumber, or like I've got to call a roofer, to get an estimate or whatever it is. Like I want to do that thing now. I don't want to call someone, leave a message. Like, so if the AI can book them in, like for a roofer, book them in for an estimate, you know, customers are probably going to get an estimate from a few different companies.
For sure.
But they might only be looking for 3 estimates. And, you know, they may be willing, they'll call until they book those 3 estimates. You know what I mean? So they might end up calling 5 businesses because 2 of them didn't pick up.
Yeah.
And most of them aren't leaving voicemail. Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I'm different. Like me and my wife are kind of the polar opposites, which is probably why it works. I'm very like type A, and she's more, I don't know what the opposite of type A would be, but like she's more like if you look at like your color profiles and personalities, I'd be like a red,
Okay. Yeah.
which is type A, and then she'd be more of like a blue, which is very super analytical and not so much like, I'd be very extroverted. She's much more introverted.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I'll call people, like I'll give you an example. I need to get a cleaner book for a listing prior to getting marketing and staging and everything done. Well, I'd call 6 different cleaners before I could get one that booked the date that I needed. I wasn't leaving voicemails.
Yeah. I should be working with cleaning companies because
You should work with cleaning companies.
Because like
All
if
the
you're
cleaning
calling
companies.
6 and it's booking, it's what you want is a booking. You
want a
don't
booking.
You don't need necessarily to talk to someone.
I just need to know that they'll be there the day, the time that I want.
You might have a couple basic questions like, do you do this type of service,
Right.
whatever, that the AI could
Do you do
handle
pre-market
and book it.
cleaning?
Yeah.
Or post move-out cleans?
Yeah.
Or, maybe you just want to get your house cleaned.
Yep.
And that's a different level of cleaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely I'd be looking at that because they're cleaning houses. They don't have time to take calls all the time. And they
Exactly,
probably want you to book through their booking service website.
So they don't have to.
So they don't have to talk to you.
Yeah, honestly.
Same thing with, maybe it's an independent masseuse or
Yeah.
chiropractor or acupuncturist. Well, they can't take calls while they're servicing, treating clients.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, hey, and to your point, like also for the viewers, there is a component. I have to get access from Remax to allow Ben to be able to do this. But if you heard on the recording, it asked if I wanted to book an appointment. I dodged it because we haven't got the access to link to my calendar, but that is a functionality. I just have to get it from the Remax business where I have my email so that you can literally tell them it's urgent, you need to book an appointment. It'll look at the availability of, say, for example, my calendar, and then it'll give you options on when you can book, and it'll physically book an appointment, put it in the calendar. So for people that have businesses that are appointment based, and you're out there doing said business work, it's a very powerful tool to have in your back pocket
Yeah.
to continue to book business while you're doing the business work. Like you're making the money
Exactly.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're out getting the money, she's getting more money.
Yeah.
It's just like a cycle, which is a beautiful thing. Really.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Because I'm like, I get your voicemail. Like I said, like not leaving a voicemail. My wife will leave a voicemail.
Yeah,
And she
so some
will,
people
and she
will.
will
Yeah.
wait. That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
At. She'll wait.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, did you do that thing? She's like, yeah, I called this person. I left a voicemail. I was like,
So the thing's
Why
still
didn't
not
you-
done. Yeah.
you called one person? She's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for them to call me back. I was like, Caitlin, I would have called 10 until I found the one that could do what I want, when I want,
Yeah.
for the price I want. She's like, yeah, but I think these people are good. I want to wait. And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, and that's
and
that's great
listen,
too. Yeah.
I'm just not
yeah.
patient.
Yeah. So
That's my,
yeah. So
I know who I am.
The AI will help get customers like you. And you've still got to do everything else to get customers like your wife to be her first choice, right?
Yeah. Because they're easy. They're
Yeah.
low-hanging fruit. They'll wait.
Yeah.
It's the customers like me I want to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, it's like very much so like real estate, too. It's like a recency effect. Like, if you're the last realtor that come into your peripheral, if I'm the last one,
Yeah.
and you didn't see any other realtors until you decide, I know you guys just bought in November, but say you want to sell in a couple of years and, like, you haven't really exposed yourself consistently to anybody else, well, who are you going to think of?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Right? And maybe I pop out of your life and then this doesn't go how we expect and, we lose contact, but it was a great kind of temporary relationship.
Yeah.
But then you meet some other agent that maybe swings around every so often, and next thing you need to sell the house, and it's like,
Oh,
call
well,
this
he's
guy.
top of mind or she's top
So
of
it's
mind.
all
or
about
whatever.
being
Yeah.
top of mind.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how good you are, the guy that's in your face or the
Yeah.
girl or person, they're probably getting the business.
Yeah.
Because most people don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Most people are like, maybe not like me, but like, yeah, they want everything. Everybody wants everything yesterday.
And even if not everyone is that way, you still want to capture those customers, right? Like,
Well, of
yeah,
course.
so-
You don't want them calling somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we got what you need. We'll get here that day. This is what it's going to be. Boom.
Yeah.
So you said, like, I guess going back into your business,
Yeah.
the AI voice assistant business or segment of the business is only one thing.
Yeah.
Where do you see expansion or different branches? Like, where do you see, like, being able to automize or help other service-based businesses? And I know you said
Yeah.
reporting. Is that kind of the main thing, or is there other components that you guys are looking to branch out in? And obviously, if it's kind of like keep it close to the chest, then you don't have to share.
No,
but
I'm happy to share. And these are things that business owners can do without me too. And I would encourage them to. And I can, if anyone just wants advice and no charge kind of thing, like I can give you some advice and talk with you about your processes and stuff. If you're just looking to do it on your own, or some of the things that I'm looking to do, reports are a huge one if you're doing reporting. But just for any business, like to keep it broad.
Could you give me an example? I don't mean to detract
Yeah.
from your thought, but can you give me like reporting? Like, can you give me an example of the types of reporting that?
Yeah, like a marketing company would have to send you a report. Like if you have someone doing your Google ads,
Right? So conversion tracking.
Yeah, they'd need to send
reach,
you everything every
impressions,
month, and it's probably a couple hours for them to get all that data, compile it, make it look all pretty, and send it out to you. Whereas, AI could probably crunch that time right down, or we could build it. We could build an automated flow that does that, that creates that report and sends it out. But even if you're not even if I'm not helping them, or you're not going to get professional help, you can look at your business, find what is something that you do that's really boring or repetitive, and that you do a lot. So like taxes would be a bad example, because you do that once a year. And maybe you have an accountant, but you still need to get stuff ready for the accountant or whatever, but that's only once a year. But like, I don't know what else you do. Maybe you're trying to create social media posts or something, and you want to post 3 times a day. Like you want to ramp your volume up. You could use AI to help you generate ideas, help craft the posts. You still want to edit them so that it's your voice or whatever.
Like voice physically speaking, or
like your style, I
Right,
guess.
yeah.
So that's just one example, but yeah, anything that you do that's really repetitive. Thinking, I'm just trying to think of
Can
what
I ask an
repetitive
example?
work might be. Yeah.
So like a big thing for real estate agents, especially as they get busier, it's like you're out there doing the money work. Like you're showing homes, you're getting listings ready, you're doing listing appointments. But with all that work, there's contracts to be signed, there's offers to be signed, there's amendments to do, there's property disclosure statements to fill out. There's all these different array of forms, whether it's the buyer contracts, the seller contracts. There's what they call like FinTrack. So it's like, if we were gonna be in a real estate relationship, like I'd have to collect like your identification, your email, your phone number.
Make sure I'm not a money launderer.
Make sure you don't have any connections to any weird stuff, and like that Ben Buckley is Ben Buckley, and then I know that like who I'm talking to is the right person. And a lot of people hire physical real assistants. Like I have one that helps with paperwork. I love her. She's great. But I'd be remiss to say if I had an AI-based option that I could tell to do, like, hey, I need you to fill out my buyer-designated brokerage agreement and the working with real estate, and here's the ID, here's their email, here's their phone number and their address. Please fill it out as per the information on the ID. Here's the form. Slap it in there, and then we need to send it out for them to sign.
Yeah, it's probably a lot for you to try and take on automating an entire assistant. But what would make more sense is you'd take one process. You'd probably talk to her and say, "Hey, what is the most time-consuming thing that you do? What's the most tedious, repetitive? What's the most boring thing that you do? What do you hate the most in a week?" And then work to automate that part for her, because then she can do the higher value stuff for you, because she has more time.
So don't automate her out of the job, but automate her job to make her even more
productive. Yeah.
So you could
because
like having
just
an
focus
assistant
on one thing to start. Like that specific form you mentioned. Maybe it's that one.
Well, there's a bunch, but
exactly. But just do one form first, and then the next form. Like do things one at a time.
Yeah.
Because if you try and do everything at once, you might get overwhelmed, and then you might get everything to 80% done.
Yeah, and we
but
need
nothing
forms
100% done.
100%.
Yeah.
Because Brenda, our
yeah.
compliance gal here, she'd be all over me.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "This is wrong. That's wrong. You need to re-sign this, redo that. You
Yeah.
didn't do this right."
And you're
that's
still,
a whole nightmare too, because then it makes me look a little bit like
you're still probably going to want to have a human verify it.
for sure.
Too, right?
Yeah,
so
I guess I was thinking in the scope of like if it was just that. But.
yeah. So, that would be my advice. Find what you do, or what your assistant does, or what, if you have a few employees, what your employees do. That's like their most repetitive thing, time suck, time waste that they don't even enjoy because it's boring work. And then automate that. As far as you could just go to, I would say, Google Gemini or Claude, and just say, hey, like, I have a real estate business. I have an assistant, and she spends X number of hours a week doing this form. I want to automate that process. Where should I start? And the AI will talk to you, and sort of, it'll ask you some questions, and So,
I mean, I did try to do it briefly, and I don't want to go too far into it because I don't even really know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was pretty like, and I'm fairly tech savvy, but once you get a little too technical, you lose me. I was like, hey, kind of like the FinTrack, because like before I had the assistant, the bane of my existence was doing these forms.
Okay, yeah.
Because it'd be like, I'm not going to do it till the deal's kind of like firmed up.
Right.
Because like maybe it doesn't go anywhere, and then I did the paperwork for nothing. And that's even more annoying because I didn't even get paid for that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, AI, how do I get this? Like, here's the ID. I need you to pull the information from the ID, and then here's the number and the email that also have to go in the form. And I need you to look at this form, fill it out, and then it's like, yeah, sure, we can do that, but then you need to have a Zapier connection and a this connection and a that connection, and it was like all this stuff I had no idea. There's just like too much stuff, so I was like, yeah, okay, you know what? Just table that for a minute. Because, like, then you got to pay for stuff, and it's maybe a subscription, and it's like, and then it's like I don't know enough.
I have to jump in because I feel like I'm like providing advice to the world. And now that we're talking about like FinTrack stuff, be careful that your customer data isn't, that you're not putting your customer data just into
Everywhere.
An AI without a safeguard.
To be fair, I was testing it with my ID.
No, I understand what you, but I just mean, I'm worried that I'm like, just go do this. And I don't want people to run into.
Be cognizant of the security.
Run into issues.
And privacy stuff,
But there can be a lot. And that's where I can help.
100%.
But also, you could look at like a multi-step process. So if it's a form, I'm just trying to think of like what's the simplest thing that you could start with that it could do for you. So maybe the information is in a few different places. So it'd be putting that information together for you to then fill out the form. I don't know exactly. We'd have to like look at the whole process. But if it feels like it's too much, just break it down and be like, okay, what's the most time consuming part of filling out this form or of this one process? Just break it down even further and try and do. So maybe it takes you or your assistant, 20 minutes to do this whole FinTrack process, but maybe there's like a 5-minute process in there that you could automate. And now it only takes you 15 minutes to do them. Sort of like how I was talking about how my team at work, we've started using AI for these report templates. It still takes us like an hour or more if it's a really complex report to do them. It's not fully automated, but we're using AI to do the most time-consuming parts.
Awesome. Well, maybe that's like a part 2. We'll get the AI-based business flowing, getting those leads captured, and then maybe we could try and automate some of the boring stuff.
The more redundant parts, for sure.
Yeah. Listen, I know you're a busy guy. Just wondering if you had any last tips or tricks or anything for the audience before we let you get back up to your day.
Yeah, for sure. So, I feel like I shared the biggest one, which is, start with the most boring, redundant, simple thing. And then that's a good point. Break it down even further, and find of that process, the most boring, simple thing. I guess also, if anyone wants to work with me, please reach out. Any friend of Chris is a friend of mine. So we're going to give a 90-day free trial to anyone that just say Chris sent you. And we'll get you set up with a 90-day free trial so you can, see for yourself.
Awesome, man. Well, Ben, I know it's been a long time coming. We've been working together for a little bit, and we had to reschedule a couple times, but I'm happy to have you here. I'm hoping that people watch this, people realize the value, and hopefully we can help you get some more business. I know I've been enjoying using it, and we're still working on refining a few things. Got to get that access to get calendar appointments in.
Yeah.
But, please reach out. You won't be disappointed, and, keep an eye out for the episode and any new developments from Ben, and we'll keep you posted there. So thanks again for coming on.
Yeah,
And,
thanks, Chris. This is awesome. Really cool setup you've got here, and I love listening to you talk to people in Halifax, and I appreciate what you're doing for the community. So thank you.
I appreciate that, and guys like you make me want to do this even more. And it's one of those things, man. It's like, there's enough cake out there for everybody. Everybody's got their own business, their own problems, their own life, and if I can kind of help get people in front of other people that can use their services, I'm happy to do it. I always like a good story, and that's what we're here for. So thanks again.
Yeah.
So you have a good day, and we'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right.
Chris.
Have a good one.
Right.